I am so glad that you took the time to watch this video before starting your rank and rent or lead generation journey. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org, and in this video, I need to give you a few tips before you start your rank and rent or lead gen journey. I've had a ton of new clients, consultations related to rank and rent. I don't know if there's a new program or mentorship or what, I'm not sure. But I've had so many people come in the last 3 weeks talking about rank and rent. So what they've been missing are just a few crucial tips that if they would have knew before they started, they would have been a lot better off. And that's exactly the tips that I want to give to you. So I don't want to waste any time. I want to get into these tips so you can start your journey off right. So here we go. Let's first and foremost, what I've noticed is the people that I talk to, business owners, they don't already have a place to sell leads or rent the actual site. Make sure you have a place to rent the site or sell the leads. That's number one. Before you get started, make those relationships. Next, know what every lead is worth. If you're in roofing, let's say the roofing lead is worth $35. Or maybe you're doing law firms. Maybe you're selling home leads. Maybe you're buying gold. Whatever the niche, roofing, chiropractor, anything. Know what every single lead is worth. The reason is whether you decide to sell leads or rent the whole website, you know what the value of every qualified lead is going to be worth over the long run, over the course of a year. Knowing what the lead rates are is crucial. Then you can negotiate a good deal, not only for the person you're offering the services to or the website or the leads, but also yourself. Next, and I don't want to make this video too long, next is target the right keywords. So I'll use an example, all right? Let's take a look at Richmond car accident lawyer. What I've been noticing is the business owners, I don't know if it's part of a program or what, I don't want to mention that, but they're coming and they're targeting exact match domains in a small city, and let's say it's electrician. They have electrician in some random city, and then they'll have 6 or 7 services. So what I'm seeing is the sites are going to rank right away, but every single one of those services is it's such a small industry or niche plus a small area that there's no volume. There's not even a chance for conversion, right? So what I'm looking at right here and what I'm showing you is make sure that there's some type of traffic, right? Or talk to somebody that knows the industry. Look at traffic and CPC. CPC is going to be commercial intent value, right? There's commercial intent. There's a possibility that this can convert. That's why somebody's willing to spend $22 per click, right? So I like to make sure that there's some type of traffic, some type of CPC. Somebody's betting on it. That's going to give me more gumption. It's going to give me more oomph to want to push forward in a project, right? So what we want to make sure of is we know what the lead value is. We want to know that we can sell the leads. We want to know what the leads are worth. We want to know what the volume and the CPC is. On top of that, we want to make sure we're targeting the right services in the right areas. For instance, like I was leading to, Richmond is one of the largest cities. I'm not saying target the biggest, but you don't want to go for something like Middleburg. Middleburg has 700 people, and the CPC and the volume, you can tell, right? Target areas that there's actually people looking, or it's densely populated, but right, it could be residential, not all commercial. Do your homework first is what I'm getting at. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Qualified leads are different than sales. Absolutely. When somebody comes to the website, what you're going to notice is there's form fills, right? There's phone calls, there's lead forms. Any one of those could be a qualified lead, but actual sales or cases for a lawyer is far different than an actual lead. Leads and sales are two different things. So what I want to lead you to is you have to understand what the leads are worth. You need to know what the top performers, like if I rank for this and I get in position, what does the top guy have, right? Let me walk you through this, all right? So take a look at this little stat here. Between 2% and 5% of websites, and I know things vary depending on industry, e-com, affiliate, local sites, stuff varies, right? And I'm sure you could get higher or lower. But so we have a number that we can both get to. Let's say it's 2 to 5% conversion rate. Again, conversion doesn't mean sale or actual dollars for you or the person you're selling the site to or renting it to, right? But let's say you have 5%. And let's take a look at an example. All right. So let's go out here to Richmond. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to put in the keyword that you want to target. Once we put in the keyword that we want to target, we want to look at sites that are in the positions that we want to be in, right? If we put forth the foot, the work, put up the money, do the labor, the cost, the hosting, do all the work that's necessary, and we get in position, what is our profit potential, right? So let's take this website here, Virginia Lawyers, bring it into SEMrush or whatever tool you're using, Moz, Ahrefs, whatever, doesn't matter. Put the website into the tool and take a look at that specific page. In this instance, this specific page ranking for a car accident lawyer in Richmond gets 123 visitors. Now, if we use the math from the average conversion rate percentage, which is 5% at the high end, we take that 123 and we minus the 5%, which is 6 leads. 6 leads per month that this page would generate, potentially, right? Now, if you know what each lead is worth, you can come up with an approximation each month of what you could rent the site for. You would do this for every page on your site, right? Now you have a fair value. If you're selling leads, now you can come to the realization that, hey, a qualified lead isn't a sale. What you have to do is negotiate a price per lead that you can both feel comfortable about. You know what the going rate is on an actual lead, but what about just every lead, right? You have to negotiate that. So this is how you figure out what the lead is actually worth, what the page is worth. If I do the work, this is the payoff. In this case, it's 6 per month. So if this was a roofing client and roofing clients are paying, so let's say it's 6, each lead, qualified lead, they meet the demographic, the area, the age, whatever the criteria is, that's 6 times $35, right? So 6 times 35 would be $210 per month times 12, right? That's $2,520 in a year that page potentially could be worth, right? So then we have to take that cost right there, our profit potential, and we have to subtract or add into effect the actual dollars that are going to be spent to set up the website. Because we need to start looking at, well, what's the time value? How much time did you actually invest setting everything up, doing the research, keyword research, making the actual connections, right? Making the friends to sell the leads or rent the site. What's your time worth? So time value, the cost of hosting for the year, per page cost to create the content, upload the content, interlink the content, image cost, the labor overall to run the website. What is the actual costs? Once you come up with the actual costs that you have, plus you know what your profit potential is, then you have to make a decision. The money that's left, is that worth your time in investing in this new project? This is the thing, this is the tip that I have to give you. Because everybody that I talked to, they had the website, they targeted the small area, they were ranking, but they didn't look at the potential. The ranking potential, the profit potential, they didn't have someone to sell to, they didn't know which keywords, they didn't have any volume. You see, I hope that this is helpful. I hope you don't find yourself in a predicament that you can't sell the leads, you can't rent the site, you don't know what the leads are worth, you don't know how much potential money you can make. Because once you know how much money potentially you can make, then you know how much you can invest potentially and how much time and effort and resource. My name is Chris Palmer. I hope this has been helpful. I know I showed you a couple examples. You can do this no matter what. I hope this has been helpful. I was going to show you another one, but I don't want to make this video too long. Hopefully this has been helpful. I'm Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Rank and Rent video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.